include favorites like open-faced roast beef, grilled chicken tenderloins, country fried steak, smoked pork chops, and catfish and shrimp on Fridays. All your favorite veggies, too. And don't forget Kay's homemade desserts. Open Monday through Thursday, 5 to 2, Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 5:30 to 11. Kay's Kitchen, 501 North Jefferson Street, Princeton, 1 block from the courthouse.
Do you ever find yourself in need of a new beginning? I'm Stephanie Bowes, a board-certified life coach and Christian counselor. My counseling service is called Where New Beginnings Start, and that's exactly what I try to offer my clients, a new beginning. Locally established at 104 East Court Square in Princeton. Together, we can tackle problems like anger management, parenting, personal or marriage counseling, grief, addiction, recovery, and batterers intervention. For questions or to set up an appointment, please contact me at 270-625-8211 or via Facebook. Remember, we are never truly alone.
Raider Auction Company is owned and operated by Delbert Raider. Delbert has been in the agricultural field for over 40 years and is well known for his knowledge of used equipment. Raider Auction holds 4 consignment auctions a year, and they buy and sell equipment on a daily basis. If you're looking for a piece of equipment, they'll do their best to locate it, and financing is available. Contact Delbert Raider at 270-881-2610 or Amy Ezel at 270-604-2880 for all your used equipment needs. Raider Auction Company, Skyline Drive.
We are thrilled to announce Beach Bend Park is opening June 29th for the summer and glad to welcome you back with new safety guidelines. Save big on summer fun with a half-season pass for just $49.99, including a Bring a Friend ticket and loads of discounts. Buy one-day admission tickets online for $29.99 with promo code FUN. Enjoy classic amusement rides, daily shows, mini golf, water park, and more. Parking tubes and sunscreen are always free. Visit beachbend.com to purchase tickets and half-season passes.
Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Cadiz is the place to shop for delicious homemade goodness. Hancock's makes their own fresh chicken salad, pimento cheese, salads, and a variety of mouthwatering desserts sure to please your entire family. While at Hancock's, be sure to visit their meat department for the best selection of USDA choice meats in the area. Hancock's Neighborhood Market in Cadiz, hometown homemade goodness, and the Hancock name you know and trust for quality for your family. Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Cadiz.
Get ready for back to school with Health First Community Health Center, offering back to school physicals, immunizations, and well child and sick child visits. At Health First, we offer affordable quality health care for the entire family. Call us to make your appointment today at 1-877-667-7017. That's 1-877-667-7017. Walk-ins are welcome. All children receiving back to school services will be entered to win a backpack full of school supplies. At Health First, your health is our first concern.
1580 103.3 WPKY. And I'll tell you, we have been so excited, and I say we like I got a mouse in my pocket, I guess, but I know Miss Beth is here, and everybody in town, everybody in our county, and actually in the cities next to us that aren't fortunate enough to have a DQ, they're looking forward to DQ being with us. And of course, Marty Clark, Director of Operations for now 14 Foods and Dairy Queen is with us this morning. We are so excited to have you guys back in Princeton.
And we are super excited to be in Princeton.
Isn't that nuts? You know, you don't know how much you miss something until it's gone. And we have missed Dairy Queen so bad. It's been 11 years absence,
I believe, right?
Man, it's been a lot. Well, and it was kind of an institution, too, because when growing up, that was where you went. Like, when we'd get out on a Wednesday night, Bible study groups at church and things like, we'd always go to Dairy Queen. You get out of the softball game, where do you want to go? Oh, everybody had their favorite slushie or ice cream that they wanted to go get over at Dairy Queen. And, you know, even for our grades when we were growing up, if you got a good grade, they'd give you a free ice cream cone or dilly bar or something like that. And that was something you looked forward to. And they had the best mushrooms. Best mushrooms. Those breaded mushrooms. Oh, I used to love those. And I don't think, like the chicken basket. Man, I could go on all day, though. And I was telling him off the air, and I think we've talked about it. There's several of us in town that got our feet wet in our big employment days at Dairy Queen years and years and years ago. And that was my first big girl job. And I learned how to make the little swirl on top of the cone. I'll never forget that as long as I live.
You think you could still make the baseball and curl?
I think I could. I think there's a little. It might take me a couple of them. It took me 6 hours and a 5-gallon bucket
We could test that tomorrow.
I think we should. I'm gonna be over there tomorrow. I'm so excited. WPKY is gonna be there starting at 1:00 with them tomorrow, and of course they'll do good if they get rid of me. To be perfectly honest, but we're gonna be, because I can just about see that building from here. So when you guys start up, you're gonna start opening at 6, right?
Yes, we're gonna serve breakfast at this location, and we're gonna open up at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and we'll be open until 10 p.m. And that's going to be our hours normally Monday through Thursday. Friday and Saturday, we're going to be open from 6 a.m. until 10:30 p.m. And then Sunday, we'll open at 7 a.m. and we'll close at 10.
I want to back up.
So we're super excited.
Just a little bit, because
Sure.
I think one of the things that I thought was so cool about your company and 14 Foods is, of course, I have a habit of doing a little snooping, because I like to know the backstory on things. Like, why
do your research.
Why are you Mr. DQ?
Right.
Why are you passionate about things like that? And I heard a story about the reason there's a 14 in 14 Foods. Now, what is that all about? See, look at that. What is that all about, that 14? I heard that was from a Bible verse.
Yeah, that comes from Matthew chapter 14, the feeding of 5,000. So, we're a foundation built on faith, and, we're smile servers, and that's who we're hiring at this location. And our goal, at this store and in this community is just to create memories and, make a smile and a story with every single red spoon that we serve.
Smile. I love that. Smile servers. Miss Beth, we need to write that down. Smile servers. I think we all need T-shirts that say smile. What is your job? I'm a smile server. I mean, I don't think that gets any better. I mean, I think that if that could be at the bottom of all of our business cards, I think we would be. What do you do for a living? I'm a smile server.
We have like 60 plus of those that here in this community that we've been so blessed to be a part of, and we're just very happy to give a career opportunity to all these folks.
Well, we talk about, of course, the greatest comeback of all time. We've been so excited about that, and that's something that we've been passionate about. And I can't think of anything better than the 4th of July. Here we are at 4th of July. We're celebrating with a bang, and now we're opening up Dairy Queen.
Right.
And what about a comeback?
Yeah.
I mean, that's jobs right here, and our kids can get their feet wet for the first time. That's jobs for people of all ages. Now, how many people do you think will work at this location?
Well, we have 60 plus right now.
Really?
We're still looking for those smile servers, those friendly, smiling faces. So they, more than welcome to go to the 14foods.com website and apply. We're still looking. The 70 mark was around where we were looking, but we're always going to be looking for great people.
I'm going to tell you what, 60 jobs in a community, that's a game changer. I mean, it just is. And that can really do a lot to, the way everybody feels, and, how excited the community gets. And I think the more excited the community gets, the more we're going to grow, because people are going to make sure that it does. And I think that's a great example of that.
Yeah, and within the community too, I'll just mention some things that we want to do, and that's certainly to be involved with the community. And this community is just full of great people. Everybody that we've encountered, vibrant leadership, just great people to work with. And something that we're going to be implementing within the community is a lot of sports sponsorships. We'll host fundraisers. Obviously, some things are a little different with the COVID climate now, and in the way we operate too.
Right.
In a very, very safe manner. All of our employees are wearing gloves and masks. Just constantly keeping all surfaces clean in our restaurants. But fundraisers will be something that we'll be doing in stores that'll hopefully be coming back in the fall.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but you said the magic word is sports. And in Caldwell County, I mean, especially right here, that's the magic word right there. It's like the golden ticket. Yeah,
and I can tell you back to my days when I was a GM, we would sometimes do 3 fundraisers a week.
Oh, wow.
Which was incredible. And, the sports teams, it was just awesome. You could get all of them in there in the store wearing their uniforms, and you get the cheerleaders to come in too, and it was just a huge deal.
Aren't they cute?
Oh, everybody just got so into it, and everybody in the store was into it too. So those fundraisers are great, and we really look forward to those coming back.
Well, and that, really drives home local. I mean,
Absolutely.
that really drives home that these are the people that, are making the business thrive and coming in, and those smile servers are serving up some of those smiles. It doesn't get any cuter than the kids in the little baseball uniforms and football uniforms, and they're getting a slushie or an ice cream cone or a cake. And I was even talking about I told him off air, I said the very first, when I was working back in the middle of, the Stone Age, that's when the blizzards were introduced.
1985.
I actually remember that. It's like when Thomas Jefferson was around, right? But how many years has that been? I mean, that's been a minute.
Yeah, it was 1985. The blizzard was introduced. Yep. So.
Am I that old?
Nah.
Don't answer that.
No.
Don't answer that.
No.
Of course, if you're just joining us, this is Marty Clark, the Director of Operations for 14 Foods, and Dairy Queen opening tomorrow. We're so excited. Of course, breakfast. You're going to have breakfast too, right?
You got to try the breakfast bowl. That's something I would recommend first and foremost.
Okay,
you
tell me about it.
Got to try one of these. So it's basically kind of just mixed up bowl of goodness. All right. So you've got hash browns, you've got shredded cheddar cheese, you've got your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham. You got sautéed onions, and then you top it all off with your choice of salsa or gravy. How do you beat that?
You don't.
Exactly.
You don't beat that. That is awesome.
And then you can't beat our biscuits and gravy, sausage biscuit twin packs, classic.
That's my son's favorite meal, period, don't get me wrong, he loves him a milkshake. He has special needs, and that is his favorite thing in the whole wide world, is to come to town, and he's looking for somebody to give him, he's an eater, and he's going to love that.
Yeah, they're great. They are great. And then you got to try the new Drumstick Blizzard.
It's a what?
So the drumstick cones.
Oh, yeah.
Classic,
I got you.
Classic
I'm on
drumstick cone. So that's now a Blizzard flavor that we've just introduced. And it's our Blizzard of the month.
Oh,
and
get out.
It is fantastic.
Oh, I love
Tastes
that.
just like the original. Yeah, it's so great.
Do you still have the dipped cones?
Absolutely.
Those things are crazy. It used to terrify me because I had a perfect little swirly on top of it, and then they want you to turn it upside down and dunk it in that stuff. And I was like, I don't want to do that.
So are you ready for this game changer?
Yeah.
Okay, so chocolate, of course, is the classic.
Right.
But there's butterscotch, cherry flavors, too.
Which, by the way, you can't find butterscotch anyplace else but DQ.
You'll find it here, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That is hard to find, and that's amazing that you guys have that.
We sure do. But the game changer is that we now have cotton candy dipped cones.
Oh, no way.
So,
my daughter is going to love that.
Yep.
That's amazing. Yeah. So you get cotton candy in that.
Oh, yeah. It's cotton candy dip. Same as like the chocolate dip, but it's got the cotton candy flavor. It's blue. So that's really, that's tons of fun for the kids.
I got to admit, I'm a traditionalist. I like that hot caramel sundae. I do.
Okay.
That's
we've got that.
I'm a traditionalist.
All day,
a lot
day.
of people like some strawberry milkshakes too. People are pretty partial to those around here.
We can whip it up.
But I will tell you, here's the number one thing. If my dad will be happy if you can do a butter shake or a butterscotch milkshake.
We can make that happen.
Daddy? I love this because you've got breakfast and you've got lunch. It's grill and chill.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a new concept, a modern concept on, taking it all day long.
Within the last 20 years, yeah. So, we still offer all the favorites, all the sandwiches, of course, the chicken strip baskets, which we're very well known for. Those. And we offer, also a $6 meal deal, which is all day, which includes a dessert. So you can get a sundae or you can upgrade to a small Blizzard for $1 more. So it's an awesome deal. And that's all day long. And there's some different options there. So there's something for everybody.
I love this here, though. We've been driving. Don't get me wrong. We've been hitting the DQs, but we have to drive to do that.
Shout out to our local surrounding ones. We also own and operate the Dawson Springs location, Hopkinsville, Russellville, and Calvert City.
Well, you mentioned the one that we go to, and we go to a lot, is over at Dawson.
Dawson, yeah.
And I know that a couple of the people that were training said they were, for Princeton was going over there. I happened to one of the people working for you is my neighbor, so I got some. I told him,
got the inside scoop.
Yeah,
right.
but no, but what I like about that, though, with 60 people being employed in our area, the likelihood of you knowing somebody that works over at Dairy Queen is pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think that's fantastic. Not only are you, supporting the kids and the different things in our area, but, you're actually helping us out with employment. And I think that's huge.
Yeah. Like I said, this community's been great. We're just so thrilled to be here and to get up and running tomorrow.
Well, to be a smile server, how do they do that? If you're still looking or they want to apply, they say, okay, I got to do that. How do they do that?
They can come see us at the store. We could talk there, or they can go to 14foods.com. That's all spelled out. So FOURTEEN, FOODS.com. And just follow the instructions there to go to the store here in Princeton, and they can apply. And then they'll get a call from myself or someone else with the operation, and we'll set up an interview and go from there.
I love that. I really do. And I appreciate the fact that you guys are back. And I know so many, I've heard that so many times lately. When's DQ opening? When about the ribbon cutting? Are we going to have a ribbon cutting?
Yeah. So we're going to do that tomorrow at 10:30.
Okay.
Yep. And then this is what we're calling sort of a soft opening.
Okay.
But in the middle of August, we're going to do a grand opening with all sorts of different promotions. And so a lot of that will be coming down the pipeline real soon. And we look forward to that. And
we just want you to open.
Yeah, we're going to be full
soft
blast,
opening, big opening, grand opening. We'll have a hee-haw every day. I cannot wait to see how long this line is, really and truly. It's 6 a.m. That line is going to start probably by the time I start coming to work in the morning.
We're going to be 100% ready to go.
I think that's fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. And, of course, we're going to see you again tomorrow because we're going to be over there from 1 to 2. Make sure that you come over and see us. But hit them up for breakfast. That sounds so good, that bowl. Now, what's it called again?
It's called a breakfast bowl.
Well, that's
quite simple. And you can
that is easy enough. I can remember.
The salsa bowl or the gravy bowl.
So, will you come back and see me? Would you? I appreciate it
absolutely.
If you would. We have a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to it. Absolutely.
We are too.
Well, thank you so much. Of course, your manager. We don't
Travis.
Want to mention Travis. So, hey, congratulations. We are so happy that you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Stick around. We got more to come. It's Coffee Talk on 1580, 103.3 WPKY. I've got to get off the air and bribe this guy.
When someone walks in the door of our funeral home, we understand they're facing some very difficult times in their life. I want people to know that in addition to being a funeral director, I'm a person just like they are. I've sat on the other side of that table making arrangements for my father. I remember that day. Hi, I'm Jonathan Goodman from Goodman Funeral Home. I think you'll find our prices to be very competitive. Be assured that quality and respect are always guaranteed. Give us a call today at 365-3838.
It's time to vote for your favorites in the YourSportsEdge.com Fan Faves, presented by First Financial Bank. Go to YourSportsEdge.com to cast your vote today in over 20 categories. Hurry, voting ends July 12th.
Are you ready for a date night? Enter to win a $50 gift card in our date night dinner giveaway. You could win a gift card to the Mixer, Harper House, Majestic House, Adam Breezy Hill Farm and Restaurant, and Da Vinci at Novadell. Head over to WPKYOnline.com to enter the date night dinners giveaway. Contest ends June 30th.
Does your fur baby need a bath, trim, or summer cleanup? Pet Grooming by David Rogers is in full swing of pampering your fur baby. Voted best groomer and boarding facility in Western Kentucky. Remember, big or small, they love them all.
Community leaders around the area are supporting the greatest comeback of all time.
So this greatest comeback ever has really helped. I think it's worked. I think it's done exactly what it was meant to do.
The cooperation of everyone has been enormous, and I mean inside government, outside government partners. Everyone knows just how horrific this pandemic is, and it is for real, and the cooperation has been enormous at all levels.
Just want to go back to the greatest comeback thing. If you can and when you can, always shop at home. It makes the difference. And those folks, as you all have said here, they supported our ball teams. They've given to Rotary. They've helped do a lot of things for our community. We need to stand behind them now and do what's right and buy here as local as we can.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Continue supporting local. Together, we can make a difference.
We at the Edge Media Group believe in the power of prayer. That's why we're asking you to pray for our community. It's simple. Just record yourself on your phone and email us your prayer. Give your name and record your prayer. We'll do the rest. Email your prayer to prayerswpky@gmail.com. We'll broadcast a community prayer on this station every day around 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening. Before our morning prayer at 10, we will ring bells as requested by Governor Andy Beshear. We will get through this together.
Have you been to Big Deal Store yet? Go to WPKYOnline.com and click on Loyal Listener Big Deals. The other day, I redeemed a gift certificate on my smartphone. It was so easy. Thanks to Loyal Listener Big Deals, I found new places to eat, have fun, take the family out, and get my car fixed. With Loyal Listener Big Deals, you can save money and try new businesses. Go to WPKYOnline.com. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
And here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast. Of course, we're not going to get rid of the rain anytime soon, unfortunately. Looks like that's kind of set in for the entire week. Don't be mad at the messenger, though, okay? Kicking off our work week, scattered showers and thunderstorms today. Those thunderstorms will be this afternoon, mainly high 88. Showers are going to continue into the overnight hours, low 70 tomorrow. Showers likely again with a high of 85, and rinse and repeat. We're right back into rain on Wednesday, high 86. Of course, clearing up by Thursday night into Friday. Those temps are going to kick off the weekend in the lower 90s. It is 82 and climbing 839, 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Community Medical.
Even though COVID-19 has changed so much in our lives, there's one thing you can count on to remain constant. Penny Ryle Electric is as committed as ever to keeping the power on and your family healthy and safe. Unfortunately, due to the virus, we've had to cancel our 83rd annual membership meeting this month, but Penny Ryle Electric members can still take part in the director's election through this month's issue of Kentucky Living magazine. We will certainly miss being together, but rest assured, Penny Ryle Electric is always there when you need us the most.
Your home team at Trice Hughes wants to make sure your vehicle lasts as long as possible, especially since warmer weather means more driving. Trice Hughes reminds you that tire pressure is critical to maximizing the performance of your vehicle. From improved fuel mileage to smoother tire wear, make sure your tires are inflated to the correct PSI.
Trice Hughes is here for you and any questions you may have about your vehicle. Buy your next vehicle from the home team. Find them on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or at tricehughes.com.
1580, 103.3 WPKY. And, of course, we're right smack dab in the middle of coffee talk, and I see Nantucket. Nantucket, what are you doing? And the funny part about this is she's got a plate of cookies. And that's such an inside joke, I know, but Nan, one of these days I'm going to tattle on you and I'm going to tell all about them cookies. That's what I'm going to do. Is that not beautiful? Thank you, love. Here, get that mic right there.
That recipe is about 40 years old. That is my Aunt Isla's cow pie cookies.
Cow pie cookies.
Yes.
Aww.
And they are very sentimental to me. I ate them as a child. They make me extremely happy.
How could they not? They're cookies.
So I have the recipe there for you, and enjoy. They're a family favorite, and I just thought I'd share.
I love this woman. I just do. You're a big old smile maker. You need a T-shirt from DQ. They're called They're calling the name of their position at DQ is Smile Servers. Is that not the cutest?
Yes.
I said I want a job like that.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait.
Smile
Tuesday
Servers
is the day.
It's like, what do you do for a living? I'm a smile server. I mean, how could that be horrible?
I love
ever.
that.
Ice cream and smile servers.
Oh, I love ice cream.
You're a smile server.
I am a
in
smile
a lot
server.
of ways.
I try to be.
Hang on, I got to make her where we can hear her.
Oh.
I'm going to scare old Nan. Okay, now we can hear you.
Okay. All right. So I'm here today. This is Haley from Hopkinsville.
Haley is hiding over in the corner.
Well, she works with Misty and Krista in Hopkinsville, and if I need anything, she is right there to help me do whatever I need computer-wise.
Bless your heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you being with us, too.
Thank you.
We don't want to leave you out over there just because she hid. She thinks she's out of camera range. She doesn't know that she's not.
I didn't know.
I won't tell her, Nan. Don't tell her.
You didn't tell me we were going to be on camera. I didn't dress.
I don't ever tell you that on purpose.
So
we're not on camera, Nan. I was just kidding. So what are we doing? It's hot.
It is.
Do you remember that old commercial? It goes, it's hot, Dawn.
Yes.
Well, it's hot, Nan.
It is hot.
And the fact of the matter is, I know we joke a lot, and I love to see her coming. But cooling our communities is something that we've done the last couple, how many years. But it's one of those things that it's a fact that a lot of people don't have fans. They don't have air conditioners. And even if they did, they can't afford to run them. Because a lot of people are on fixed incomes, and they have to choose between meds and food the way it is, let alone, food and air conditioning.
Yes.
And now that's the fact of life, and I don't want to sugarcoat it, and it's, just the way that it is. And life, I like the way Nan says it. She said it ain't a handout. What is it?
It's a hand up.
That's right.
And we've got some things going on right now that we're excited to tell people about.
Right. So tell me what it is.
Well, first of all, of course, you've been already talking about the fan drive.
Right.
It starts July. However, I've already had some donated fans, and I've already handed them all out, and I'm looking for more. People are using fans to keep the cooling down a little bit. It helps to run a little fan, circulate that air.
Right.
So if anybody wants to donate a fan, they can bring it here to the radio station. They can bring it to my office. Give me a call, 270-365-5097.
You got a new location, though.
I do, 307 East Main Street, down at the end of Main. Go past the City Hall and keep on going one more block, and there I am on the left. So bring me a fan, call me first, make sure we're there, bring them in, we'll take them, bring them up here to the radio station. You would not believe that a little $20 fan from Walmart, what a difference it can make in some people's lives.
Huge.
We have so many retired folks, single parents, they're on fixed incomes, or they've got limited income, and that fan, that little $20 donation that you make for a fan can make a huge difference in somebody's life.
Well, and Acridges has really been sweet about it, too, because not only have they done that in both locations where you can purchase them there, they've got a good deal on them right now, too. They've kind of dropped that price and made sure it's been a good price for people to pick them up, and then you can go and purchase them, and they'll actually deliver them to packs for you. So if you go to Fredonia or to Ediville at Acridges, purchase them there, then you're done, because they'll deliver them and make sure they get to packs in the whole 9 yards. So, I mean, it's pretty cool what they've done.
That's awesome.
They have really gone out of their way to help. And, of course, Farmers Bank is helping out again this year. So, I mean, you would think, I said, this COVID thing, we didn't hit the brakes, we hit the gas. I don't think it slowed us down. I mean, it might have changed the way we did things a little bit, but it's, again, that greatest comeback of all time. We hit the gas pedal. And that's another one of those things. Whether COVID-19 is here or not, it's going to get hot.
Absolutely, absolutely. So in addition to the fans, right now we also have subsidies going on, and this is a one-time credit to your energy source, whether it's Princeton Electric, KU, Kenergy. It's all 9 counties that we have. Whatever your electric is, we've got a little subsidy for you.
Well, and I think that's fantastic, too, because there's a lot of people that could really use some help with that. I mean, when you turn that air conditioner on, or even a fan, I mean, and there's a lot of people where the reality is that their electric bill jumps up $10. That can mean, lights or no lights.
Yep. Absolutely, absolutely. And that's where this subsidy comes in. You call me at my office. We'll do it over the phone. We'll do it over email. We'll do it over snail mail. Whatever we have to do to make it happen, we'll put this application through for you. If you financially qualify, we'll put a little credit onto your electric. It's not going to happen for a few weeks, but when they go way high, that's about when it's going to hit. So.
Well, and I think that's important to know, too, that you can do that over the phone, because maybe you're elderly and you can't get out and run around.
Absolutely.
A lot of, they are shut in. A lot of them are.
Well, a lot of our folks are shut in, or they just don't want to get out because of the COVID stuff. And, hey, I get that. So call me on the telephone, 270-365-5097. Give me a call. We can do it over the phone. Don't miss out on this opportunity. They haven't had this subsidy in a long, long time. They put it out there for us this year. And Haley, do you want to add anything? No, she's gonna be a quiet mouse over there.
Here's the part. Well, she'll learn one of these days. Today we'll let her be quiet, but it doesn't happen very often.
I remember my first time over there. All I did was smile, and they couldn't see my smile.
I'm pushy.
I grinned.
Is what the problem is. I'll put you on the spot. But the thing with the spring lie heap, I want to make sure that everybody understands. Last year when we asked you to go out there and fill out those surveys and to get that stuff filled out so they know what our area needs and how much assistance we need. Well, now we're starting to see the benefits of filling out those things and so that they make sure that they know what our area needs.
Absolutely. And we do that every year, and every year they look and those surveys that you fill out, whether you go online and do it or whether you're doing it in my office. A lot of my clients came in, we handed them a survey. They could have said, no, I don't want to do it, and we wouldn't have forced them. But every single client that we had filled it out, and because we had those, that's what puts these programs
and by the way, who
in
sees
effect.
It?
What's that?
When they fill them out, who sees those?
They are anonymous. When they hand them back to us, we put it in a pile. We don't look at it. It gets mixed up with everybody else. There's no name on it. And then the next day or the next day, we actually entered it into a Survey Monkey. So we have no idea who puts down what. It's all anonymous, and we try to make it that way.
I wanted to make sure that people understood that, too.
Yes, absolutely.
Your information's not going anywhere. They're not trying to see who's got more money than who or who's down on their luck at the moment. This isn't the gossip train. This is
absolutely. No.
This is to help our county.
We hold our confidentiality so sacred. It's just we hold it tight. If somebody's not sure if they qualify, you call Miss Nan at 270-365-5097. You talk to me personally, and I'll guarantee you that information that you give me over the phone will not be told to anybody.
If you've got a problem, call Nan if you're needing assistance.
I'm here for you.
It doesn't necessarily have to be about fans and lie heap. If you've got something else that you're needing help with, then call her, because I'd guarantee she knows somebody that'll help.
I have so many resources. I've been in Princeton about 14 years. I have so many wonderful partners. My partners are calling me every week and saying, do you need help? Right. Do you have anybody that needs help? And because we've had these subsidies, I haven't had a whole lot of that. But when I do have one, maybe somebody calls me and they just don't quite qualify financially.
Right.
Never fear, because I know somebody.
Well, I'll
that
tell you, a lot of these things have loosened due to COVID, too. Where you might not have been qualified a year ago, but now you are.
The income levels have increased, and we've got some changes going on with that. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Give us a phone number.
Again?
Yeah.
I think they've got it memorized.
I'm a junkie about that. Do it.
270-365-5097. I'm down at 307 East Main Street, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. Starting Wednesday, our hours have changed a little bit. We were coming in at 7:30.
Right.
But I'll just tell you, if you call a little before 8, you'll probably get me or Diane. Diane Milton is my assistant, and she's awesome. So she'll probably answer the phone.
Nan Tackett, we love you. Thank you so much. I talk about you all the time. Like every morning, that your name pops up at least once every morning.
I've heard it a few times, and I kind of get a little embarrassed.
No!
Stop. I'm not that good.
I do it to pick on her, but she secretly likes it. She does. She brought me cookies. She ain't mad at me. She will help you over at PAX. And if you've got a donation that you want earmarked and say, hey, you know what? I live in Caldwell. I'd like it to stay here with my neighbors. Can I do that? I want you to say it. I say it all the time.
I was distracted. I was looking at my list to make sure that I went over everything. I'm so sorry.
Man, I said she was not even paying attention to me.
I wasn't.
And I called her. I said, if they want to earmark a donation to stay here in Caldwell, is that okay? Can they do that?
Oh, absolutely. I'm so sorry, right? I missed that one. I have a list of things that I have to cover, and I wanted to make sure that I covered it all.
Yes.
And so I wasn't paying attention. Absolutely. If you want to make a financial donation, there is a Facebook page for PAX that you can go on. It'll say donate now. Just Google Penny Royal Allied Community Services or PAX. You can go to the donate page. You can call me and say, hey, I want to make a donation, and I can make that happen. You can write a check to PAX, and it'll put CSBG Caldwell County down in the memo line, and it stays right here in Caldwell County.
When do we need the fans by?
As soon as possible.
ASAP, because it's hot.
Yes. I've already got people calling for them, so
See, I love that. Make sure that you get them by. Of course, again, you can go over to Acridge's and purchase them, and they'll take them It's okay. But I'll take them straight to PAX. I earned them cookies today. You were ignoring me, see? And or you can take them down by PAX and drop them out there, or right here, 1035 West Main Street in Princeton for 1580 103.3 WPKY. PAX. And Miss Nan, tell everybody who this pretty lady is again.
This is Miss Haley, and she's from Hopkinsville, and if I need anything, I know who to call.
It is PAX and PKY. And stick around. Of course, what we're doing next is we're going to talk to the Caldwell County Animal Shelter. I see Tom Ward sitting over there waiting for me, and he's going to tell us all about the hours. And Nan, did you see the pretty road they've got out there now? They've redone all the paving out there.
Awesome.
I know.
Wonderful.
So we're going to talk about all of that next. Hang on.
We at the Edge Media Group believe in the power of prayer. That's why we're asking you to pray for our community. It's simple. Just record yourself on your phone and email us your prayer. Give your name and record your prayer. We'll do the rest. Email your prayer to prayerswpky@gmail.com. We'll broadcast a community prayer on this station every day around 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening. Before our morning prayer at 10, we will ring bells as requested by Governor Andy Beshear. We will get through this together.
1580 103.3 WPKY. And of course, we have so much fun. I'm telling you, I don't ever want her to leave. Miss Nan is so much fun. And Tom Ward, did not bring me cookies, so I don't know. I don't know how much time I can give him because he didn't bring me a plate of cookies like Nan did. Where's my cookies?
On that plate right there.
She made me homemade cookies. How sweet is that woman?
That's pretty nice right there.
That's about as good as it gets.
Right.
So, Tom Ward, tell them who you're with and what you do.
Well,
we're going to pretend like nobody knows.
Well, I'm Tom Ward. Of course, a lot of people around here, unfortunately, do know who I am. I've been around here most of my life. I was gone for a while, but been back for a few years. And I am one of the Caldwell County Animal Control Officers.
How many of them are there?
There are two, Tommy Pettit and I. And I come on duty about 3:30 in the afternoon, and I go off duty at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm the guy that you call. You call dispatch if you have a problem after hours, and I'm the one that'll come out and see you then. And if you have an issue with a dog, just to make sure that everybody knows this, in the hours after 3:30 up until 7 o'clock in the morning.
After 3:30 p.m. or 3:30 in the morning?
3:30 p.m.
Okay.
Until 7 a.m. You'll call dispatch out here, and that number is 365-2041.
Dispatch where? What?
It's Caldwell County Dispatch, just like you were calling the police department.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's who you want to call. If it is an emergency, of course, call 911.
Right.
And then, that's when we come out. However, the calls after hours are primarily for emergency only. This is not going to be a situation where we're going to come out just because. Right. I mean, that's not what we do after hours. During business hours, then, that's when we'll respond, a little more for issues that are, pressing, but not as pressing.
Well, and let me put, I'm going to say it like this. Okay. If there's a new puppy sitting in my driveway mysteriously, that's not an emergency. That's not an after-hours call. But if there is a new dog that is vicious, will not let me out of my house, or now got a hold of my pant leg, that is the time to call the after-hours emergency service, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, I just want to...
Absolutely.
If there's a nice new fluffy bunny on your porch, that's not when you call. It's when there is an emergency, dire circumstance. Got to happen now, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I mean, there are times that, that people will call and, I will come out after hours and pick up a stray dog or something like that for them, especially if one's been around and, it's in the garbage or it's just being a general nuisance or whatever. I will come out and get it.
Well, now, there is certain circumstances where you are scared of one that might be growling at you and you don't want it to get a hold of your pant leg. Now, that can be an after hours kind of thing, too.
Absolutely.
I live out in the middle of nowhere. In Tom Ward, I've been at my house and a strange dog not let me out my door.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I think everybody has just about been there.
Oh, and we've had that here in town.
Now, are you just town or are you county too?
No, I'm town and county.
Okay, that's important to know.
Just for instance, we had a situation the other morning where we had a couple of dogs show up at a local business, and the dogs were growling and barking at people trying to get out of their cars and go into the business.
Right.
I mean, and of course, this was very early in the morning, and they called, and I went out and we finally got the dogs rounded up, but we found the owners to come get them. Luckily, that was a good situation. It ended well. For the dogs, they got returned to their owners, and that's the way it is. Now, one thing that I will say, and this is something that I have to stress to the people, especially in the city of Princeton. City of Princeton has a leash law. That means that if you own a dog, you have to be a responsible pet owner, and that dog has to be on a leash or chained at all times. You cannot turn your dog outside and let it run wild. That is against the law, and you can be ticketed within the city limits of Princeton.
If Fluffy's scratching at the door and he needs to, do his business, can I just open the door and let him go without offense?
No. You need to put him on a leash and take him out.
I just want to make sure.
And the reason being is because if you turn him loose and he goes into your neighbor's yard and your neighbor calls and complains, you can get a ticket. Now, if you have a fenced-in backyard and you want to turn him loose in your fenced-in backyard, that's fine because Fluffy's contained.
Okay. Gotcha.
You have to have control of your pet, and that is basically what that ordinance says. And there is an ordinance on the book, and the thing is, it does have a pretty hefty fine. I mean, it's not a joke.
All right, this is Caldwell County. What if your horse gets out and goes to the neighbor's house?
Okay, now
because that can happen.
It can happen. Now, the county does not have a particular ordinance about animals. So once you get outside the city limits, dogs, animals, everything can run free.
Including like livestock, like horses and cows?
Well, it's not supposed to, but it happens. And I mean, that's the thing. We have horses get out ever so often. Usually the sheriff will get called, we get called, and, we try to find the owners. We've had to round them up. We've had to get them back into a field. We've had to get people come get them.
Right.
I mean, it just turns into a bad situation. I mean, We hope farmers check their fences and stuff like that.
Well,
but we also know that things happen.
I started to say somebody is going to leave a gate open. There is going to be, Bessie is not. She don't care about fences, and when she wants to go through one, she can go through one. And now that happens to every single one of us. If you've got livestock, eventually one of them is going to go nuts and get out.
Oh yeah, Secretariat's going to jump your fence.
It's going to happen. Now, hopefully, you figure it out and call each other, and normally neighbors do that for each other around here. But, if you can't be found, just be aware.
Absolutely. And, now another thing we need to talk about, too, cats.
Yeah.
We get a lot of people call about cats. Unfortunately, in the state of Kentucky, cats are considered a free-roaming animal. Okay. Which means in town. It doesn't matter where. And it's left up to the individual counties who have animal control and a shelter what they do with their cats. Okay, Caldwell County does not have a facility that is equipped to house cats.
Gotcha.
So animal control does not pick up cats. In a situation where we have gotten cats or something, we've had them dropped off or whatever.
Well, what are we supposed to do when we get them dropped off? That's the problem.
We have volunteers that do take some of these cats on.
I gotcha.
Now, we do not give their numbers out for the simple reason of, these folks would be inundated with them.
But you'll make the contact for us, right?
We can make the contact for you, but I'm
gonna stop you for just a second. I gotta handle some business here. This is Tom Ward, and of course he's with the Caldwell County Animal Control here on 1580 103.3 WPKY Princeton. Go ahead.
And as much as these folks do, and they do a great job, we would never want them to become even more inundated with animals than they are. And we have some who have many cats that they are taking care of, and we have one lady who takes care of several other wildlife species.
She's wonderful.
She rehabilitates them, and you know who she is.
I think most people do. She's wonderful.
Yeah, and God love her for what she does. I think the world of her, and I think she does a great job. We have a couple of volunteers that come out to the shelter that do a good job, and one of them has come in here. She does an excellent work with getting the dogs that come into the shelters, getting them out to rescues and everything like that. And it is my understanding that she has or is about to retire now. And if that is true, I don't know, because I don't.
So they're looking for foster homes.
Exactly.
Okay. So if that's something that you're willing and interested in, make sure you give them a call. So let's recap for just a second, though. We talked about the leash law. Mm-hmm. There is a leash law for dogs inside the city limits.
Absolutely.
There is not for cats.
No.
Out in the county, again, the cats can roam because there's no thing. And then there is, your dogs can be left to their own devices outside in the county.
Outside in the county, dogs can free roam.
Okay. Gotcha. Now, and we also talked about livestock, technically, but you do need to put it up and try to, keep hold of it. Now,
try to keep them contained.
Here's the other thing that we touched base on. If you have an animal that is threatening you or your family or your pet, you can call after hours and say, Tom, come help me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that's something that you're allowed to do. And who do you call?
You just call regular dispatch like you were calling the police or the sheriff's office. And that's if it is an absolute emergency, you can call 911, or you can call 365-2041 or 365-4654.
There is a myth I want to dispel right now, and you and I talked about it the other day. Now, you are not allowed to discharge your weapon inside the city limits, correct?
That is correct. You are not allowed to shoot a stray dog in the city limits. there is an ordinance against reckless discharge of a weapon. And if you have a stray dog, do not shoot the dog. Call dispatch, and we will send somebody out to try to catch the dog. Do not take the law into your own hands. You will get ticketed. You will get in trouble.
Okay. I wanted to make sure, because that's a rumor that can go. Some people say one thing, some people say another, and don't believe Billy Bob. Let's figure out what we actually need to do, because I wasn't sure for sure.
Right.
I mean, that's something that can change, because gun laws have changed in the last few years.
Exactly.
And I think most people have a healthy understanding of it, but it can always be changed. Now, is that different out in the county?
Out in the county, they're left to their own devices. I mean, there is. The
strays have been known to attack livestock. That's why I'm asking, Tom.
Exactly. That and that is, there's no law against it in the county. I mean, the thing that we have to remember, okay, if you own a pet, dog, cat, ground squirrel, I don't care what it is that you own. If you own that pet is automatically your responsibility to take care of it. It's not mine. It's not Tess's. It's not your neighbor's responsibility to take care of your pet. You've got to keep your pet from being at large, and that's what that ordinance is called. It's the dogs at large, or animals at large, in the city of Princeton.
And that's a Chihuahua to a Pit Bull to a Dalmatian or
to a
fluffy
Great
bunny.
Dane. It does not matter.
I got you.
If you own a pet, you have to keep that animal from roaming. And the thing is, they need to have a collar. They need to have a rabies tag. They need to have their rabies vaccination yearly. And the one thing that I would like to recommend to the city of Princeton is a dog license. That way, what basically that license would be able to grant us as animal control officers is a list of where the dogs belong. If this dog is wearing a tag and let's just say he's escaped the house. Now, this does happen, okay? I mean, sometimes, you'll open the door and you got a little dog and he runs out the house and gets away from you. Hey, we know that happens.
Honey, let's be honest. Our children run away from us.
Exactly.
When mine were toddlers, it was their favorite thing to do.
I mean, I have 5 of them.
It's
like herding cats.
Yeah.
So that way we would have a database of, okay, say we picked up dog number 3052. Okay, we would know that dog number 3052 belonged to this address.
Right.
And we could get that dog returned without it having to go to the shelter, or
but that's assuming everybody registered their animal too.
Exactly. Well, and if they didn't, then you impose some type of, penalty.
No, I get it. I'm just saying.
So, but the
office hour now, are y'all open again out at the animal shelter?
They are open at the animal shelter from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They are closed Wednesday, and they are closed on Sunday.
Now, are you full house already, or?
No, not right now. Right now, it's rather empty. And I mean, we do have, of course, we are open for adoptions, and we do. Right now, I'm not sure what the status is on volunteers and things like that. That would be Charlie Cotton's department. You'd have to call out there and talk to him at 270-365-1000.
Okay. And y'all got a new road too.
Well, we got a new road out to the pavilion. We didn't get it past the pavilion, but it's a little bit better. At least it's not going to take the suspension out from under your vehicle to right there.
I mean, that helped quite a bit, I would imagine.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So, okay, now I know we'd already talked to I had off the air. He's going to come back and we're going to talk about spaying and neutering and that sort of thing. We're going to have a whole section just on that. But today I really wanted to go over those rules and what do we do. And I know during COVID-19 and that whole thing, there was, when you all were closed, there was a lot of different. That was a different time. So now we're back to a little more semblance of normalcy, right?
Right. We have just this past Monday gotten where we can begin picking up strays again, which before we could not. So,
and we're not a full house, but that doesn't mean that you need to help it become a full house awfully fast.
Exactly. And I mean, now there are situations where when we go out, we do use discretion on picking up some of the dogs, and that's another thing that people need to understand too. Dogs wearing a collar, we do take that into consideration. And I mean, if we go out one time and we see the dog with the collar, we might say, okay, maybe he's just on the run for a little bit. Let's see if he goes home.
I got you.
If we get another call on him, then we'll pick him up.
Well, they tend to run off of fireworks too. I'm just saying.
Yes, and that is going to be a big thing for the next few days.
Well, and let me add to this, too. It's not just dogs and cats that have a problem with it. I have had horses run through a fence because of fireworks. I mean, Brent Francis and I were just talking about that the other day. Livestock, especially horses, if you've got horses next door, you need to be aware of that. Maybe go over and tell your neighbor, hey, we're going to set off fireworks, so that, they can make preparations for that and kind of try to, keep them calm. Because I tell you, it can get dangerous real quick.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
I've seen dogs run through windows of glass. I mean,
absolutely. I mean, the thing is, there again, it comes down to responsibility.
Right.
You have to not only think of people whenever you shoot off the fireworks, and I have to say that, and well, I don't have to say it, but I'm gonna say it. Shooting off fireworks at 1:30 in the morning, that ain't cool, and it's really not, and it's happening a lot here in town. Also, 2 or 3 weeks before the 4th of July, we do have a rather large veterans community here, and people who suffer from PTSD, and then all of a sudden you have mortars going off at all hours of the night now. A couple weeks before the 4th, they're obviously not thinking of people,
right?
Let alone thinking of the animals.
Well, and don't take your animals to the fireworks show.
No, that is absolute rule number one. Do not ever take an animal to a fireworks display. That's just like Chinese water torture to them. Right. Why would you even do that? I mean, what is your line of thinking? If you think that Sparky is going to enjoy your sparklers, you're absolutely wrong. He's not. He don't care.
Okay. So we're going to leave them at home, and we're going to make sure, since it's hot, that we make sure that we leave them with plenty of water. And if your animal, if you know that they already have a problem with it, you can call the vet, and there's different things that they can do to help them in preparation for 4th of July, right?
Absolutely. Now, when she said leave them at home, she doesn't mean leave them at home and leave them in the backyard.
Well, no, because we've already shown that we're not supposed to do that, see?
Right, exactly. Well, even if you got a fence, don't leave them in the backyard, because I'll tell you a little story real quick. Last year, week before the 4th of July, on a Friday night, lady left her dog in the backyard. This is a senior dog now. I mean, this is not a dog that is just a year old or 2 years old. This is a dog 7, 8 years old.
I think I actually remember this story. Go ahead.
And
pretty dog, by the way.
Neighbors neighbors decided to have a little fireworks display. Well, the dog is left in the backyard, in a fenced backyard.
Right.
And
nobody did anything malicious on purpose, by the way.
No. And the lady and her husband took off, and they went out to eat. And, of course, they can't take their dog with them. Mm-hmm. And they go out to eat, and they come home, and their dog's gone.
Right.
Well, what had happened was these folks had started shooting off the fireworks. The dog freaked out. He hopped the fence, and he's gone. Well, some people picked him up from a neighboring county and took him home. And the good part about this story is they actually got in contact with me. It took us a couple of days, but we did get him home. But
could have been a different story.
It could have been an entirely different story. They could have never gotten their dog back.
Right.
But the thing is, we have to remember with the dogs is bring them inside.
Well, you have a responsibility to that animal, and whether that's feeding it, watering it, making sure that it doesn't jump a fence, maybe making sure that if you leave the home that it is secured, making sure if it goes outside it's on a leash. You have a responsibility as a pet owner, period. And that doesn't, you don't have to sign a contract as soon as you have a pet, it's yours.
Well, exactly. I mean, and it's
and if they have any questions on any of that, I mean, they can give you guys a call, and you can give the best advice you can give. Correct? So let's have the phone number again.
It's 365-1000. That's and you talk to Charlie out there. One thing I will say to you about, if there are fireworks going off and you have brought the dog in the house, don't coddle them. That just reinforces their fear. Play with them. Turn the TV on. Turn the radio on. Turn music up, whatever, to make them a little happier and distract them from the noise.
Right. So, well, and I give that phone number so that everybody can get caught up, and we'll be good to go. And then, of course, he's going to come back. If you've got questions for him and you say, well, the next time he comes back, I want you to kind of go over this or this, you can always email those questions to us ahead of time so that we can get those prepared. But give him a phone number again, and the after-hours number as well.
Okay. The number for after-hours dispatch for Caldwell County Animal Control is 365-2041 or 365-4653. The number for Caldwell County Animal Control is 365-1000.
And now that's in the county or in the city limits, correct?
That is in the county or in the city limits.
Tom Ward, we appreciate you, bud.
Not a problem.
And
thanks for having me.
I think that's some questions that a lot of people had. Kind of lined things out for us a little bit. And of course, he's going to come back and talk about some other stuff as well. But we appreciate you being with us this morning.
Not a problem at all. And as you said, please, if any of you guys have questions, send them in to Tess, because I will answer them to the best of my ability. And if you get them sent in time, if I don't have an answer, I will get you an answer.
There you go. I like it. Stick around, and of course, don't forget, if we talked to Dairy Queen this morning. So excited. Dairy Queen opens at 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow morning. Of course, we're going to be there at 1. So make sure that you join us for that. Ribbon cutting at 10:30. It's just going to be a huge day and a huge week. So stick with us. Still to come, Miss Audrey Lamb will be here. We're going to have your weather forecast up next on PKY.
This is the sound of a delicious DQ Blizzard. This is the sound of a drumstick, the original Sunday cone. And this is the sound of these two summer icons coming together in the new DQ Drumstick Blizzard. Everything you love from a drumstick, including waffle cone pieces and peanuts, combined with our world-famous DQ soft serve. We're fitting more summer into every bite. DQ. Happy tastes good.
The Home Depot is cooking up new ways to start summer here and bring summer home. From online ordering to free delivery and convenient store pickup, we're helping make sure taking care of your summer projects is a breeze. And summer savings on all your favorite brands make things even easier. So freshen up the deck, fire up the grill. Summer's here, and it's as close as your own backyard. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Jeff Russo, attorney at law.